Most people are not losing their jobs to AI. They're losing their jobs to people who know how to manage AI. There's a big difference. We're talking about that today. Welcome to the Grow Wisely podcast. If you don't know who I am, I'm Nick Parker, founder and CEO at Leadline, a marketing agency that's launched over 500,000 ads. And I'm here to help you share the lessons in business that I've learned over 5 companies. And I'm joined today by Anna Scott, our co-host. Anna Scott, welcome.
Hi, thanks. Happy to be here. So, Nick, I really want to just talk about AI and job replacement today. I recently, I'm sure you have seen it too, all over LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, everything of AI is going to replace all of your jobs, blah, blah, blah. But the real question is, which jobs will AI be changing first?
I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Like Zuckerberg, they're laying off tons of people at Meta. Amazon's laid off tons of people. They're all blaming AI. And there's some truth to that because they're automating jobs. And the reality is, yeah, AI is coming for a lot of jobs. I mean, it is coming for a ton of jobs, and it's not going to slow down. It's only going to get more because AI is only going to get better. And then AI will be able to train AI, and AI will be able to manage AI. But for right now, for today, it's the people that manage AI that are good with AI that will have a leg up and have job security. So for example, in advertising, AI is going to play a huge role in placing ads, creating ads, managing ads, looking at the data, but you will have humans that manage that AI, and that's the ones that are going to have the success.
Yeah. So, what other jobs do you think AI will change first? I know probably a lot of repetitive task driven work, but are there any specifics?
Yeah, I would say a lot of the easier jobs that are very task oriented, everything simple from like data entry to reviewing data and analytics. I would say also just repetitive tasks. I think that we're underestimating it because I believe in robotics and what's going to be happening in robotics in the coming days with AI is going to have a huge impact. So I visualize a day in the very near future where you pull up to a fast food restaurant and there's one person, one employee at that restaurant, and you do the drive through and you order your food with an AI agent. And then after you order your food with the AI agent, all the robots in the kitchen make the food. And then all of a sudden you come out and a robot hands you the food and takes your payment on the electronic screen that's right before you. And meanwhile, you have one manager in that entire fast food restaurant. So I think that like a day like that is coming. So a lot of
Mhm.
jobs that are going to be easily replaced are going to be through robotics and AI. Let me give you one more example real quick. So
Yeah.
I called, what was it, Lowe's the other day? I called
Mhm.
Lowe's and then I called somewhere else and I can't remember where it was. Both times I was talking to AI.
Oh,
They
wow.
fully adopted AI. And
Yeah.
so instead of getting a sales associate on the floor to ask
Mhm.
questions to, the AI answered every single question I had and actually did a really good job. And I felt like the wait time was fast. I got the questions answered that I wanted, and it was a better experience for me personally than having somebody on the sales floor going, actually, hold on, I'll be right back. Let me put you on
Mhm.
another 5-minute hold. I'll be right back. And doing that over and over again, it was fantastic. And I'm like, you know what? They're going to be able to lighten up their staff quite a bit because of that. And so, like front desk positions, receptionist positions, phone answering positions, scheduling positions, booking positions, all those kind of things. And then anything that you can automate is going to be going away really soon.
Yeah. That's funny you say that though, because I hear so many people complaining about customer service and they're constantly yelling in their phone, talk to a representative instead of
Yeah.
talking to the old timey robots that you used to have. But now I'm glad to hear that you had a great experience with it
Well,
and
let
that
me
it.
give you the difference. So, like, I called the city the other day, and they
Mhm.
had one of those old school
Oh, yeah.
automated dial systems where it's like, press one for this, press two for that, press three for that. It was horrible. I got stuck in that loop forever, and I was so frustrated. I
Oh,
lost my mind. I was like, 000, trying to get an operator, and I was like, this is terrible. I was like,
oh
this
yeah.
is not a good use of my time. But then when I called Lowe's, I was on and off the phone in 3 minutes, had every question I needed to answer immediately. It was instant gratification. So the
Wow.
AI versus the old school system is game changing.
Okay, Lowe's. Lowe's is where it's
I
at.
know. Yep.
Okay, what would you say is the difference between the work that AI can automate versus the work that still needs human judgment or creativity or leadership?
Yeah, I think it's going to be nuanced.
Mhm.
So when you have work that is automated and it's really black and white answers, like hey, if this happens, do this. If this happens, do this. That's easy, like those if else then statements. But when there's like nuance and gray areas, that's where human intervention really comes into play, and that's where the job safety is too. It takes human eyes. So, for example, like let's go to art and creativity, like graphic design. AI is getting really good with design. AI is getting really good with graphics and images and video creation. It's getting nuts. I love it. I think it's super cool. But the reality is like there's going to be nuance because AI can't interpret that as a human would interpret it. So when somebody sees the graphic, they will be able to interpret it from a human standpoint if it's resonating, if it's correct, if it's scaled right, if it looks good, if it's going to create the right emotion, tell the right story, whereas AI can't necessarily do that yet. Real quick, if you're getting some value out of this, hit that subscribe button. Let's get back to it.
A second ago, you talked about how we're kind of underestimating AI. Where do you think business owners are underestimating AI right now?
Yeah, so I would say right now a lot of business owners are kind of half and half. So there's some that are all in, like I can't wait to try it. Yeah, let's go. And then some are very micromanage and nobody can do customer service better than I can kind of mindset. And it's not true. I think that customer service is leveled up anytime you let AI take over the messaging. AI is more friendly, more courteous, faster, more responsive, and does a better job 90% of the times in customer service environments than humans will because the delay, the slowness of it, how long it takes to text. I'm talking about text messaging
Yeah.
primarily. And phone voice is catching up too. So voice is getting better and better and better. 6 months from now, voice is going to be killing it. Watch, keep an eye on voice. It is going to crush. And right now it's on the rise. But like what I would say, the text messaging, you're going to level up your customer service. In fact, we have been hearing a lot of stories lately, and we monitor the conversations with AI that they're having with thousands and thousands and thousands of leads all over the country. And the responses are crazy. People are saying, LOL, thank you, emoji face, you've been so helpful, can't wait to meet you. And they're talking to AI, right? And so they're getting really positive responses.
Well, that's awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
so also, I know some people are just scared to dive into AI. What would you say is the biggest warning to people who are waiting to see what happens before they even start learning it?
So the warning for waiting to adopt AI. Well, it's coming whether you want it to or not. So you don't want to be left behind. You want to be, don't be afraid of it. A lot of people are afraid of what they don't understand. And so the more you can learn, I'll tell you what, do this. Go to Chat GPT or Claude or whatever your favorite AI, Gemini, whatever your favorite AI tool is, and type in, I want you to pretend like you're a fifth grade teacher and you're teaching me everything there is to know about AI. And start there and just learn how it all works and what the back end looks like and kind of take the fear out of it because we typically fear what we don't understand and don't know. And so that'll help.
Do you think if they don't adopt it sooner or later, they will struggle in the workforce a little bit because some of these companies are implementing AI?
It's not some, it's going to be all. I mean, there's everything is going to be so integrated with AI.
Mhm.
Everything from your home appliances to your smart TVs to your cars to airplanes to trains to power plants to government to like everything you can imagine. And so you have no choice but to adopt AI, right? Because it's going to be integrated and you're going to use it and it's going to become so seamless. Like right now, it's so new-ish. But in about 5 years from now, it's going to be so seamlessly integrated in everything. You'll enjoy it, and it won't be that big of a deal. And it'll just become a part of everyday life, just like the internet. Do you remember? I don't know if you're old enough, Anna Scott, but do you remember when the internet started really climbing out and becoming a thing? Do you remember
I
dial-up?
feel like I was. When did the internet come out? Because I was born in
It was a
2000.
lot. It really started thriving like back in the '80s. But you remember the dial-up sound, like that whole thing.
No,
Anyway, yeah,
I
people were enamored by the internet, when it first came out, and then there was a lot of people who didn't understand it and they didn't get it and they were against it. Well, same thing. Now it's literally, could we live without the internet?
no.
No, AI is going to be the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's crazy because I remember when the iPhones came out with Siri, people were just like kind of freaked out by Siri. And now I feel like
Really?
Siri's the worst of them all now. I feel like
Yeah. No, I never got scared of Siri.
Yeah, yeah. People were like, they're listening in. So I don't know. But now I saw that Siri has ChatGPT integrated.
Yeah, so a lot of the smartphones now will have AI integrated into their conversations, their voice, and like you buy a new MacBook Pro, and
Hmm.
it's fully integrated with AI, right? And so it's part of literally everything you're gonna touch.
That's crazy. Yeah. So better buckle up because it's
Yeah,
not going anywhere.
no, it's not going anywhere. But you know what? There's two camps to this. There's people who are just kind of slowly moving in. That's okay. And then there's people who are fully adopting it. Eventually, it's going to be like to where everyone has experience with AI and everyone will have different understandings of it, but they use it. So you have people, everyone knows what the internet is. Everyone knows how to use the internet. But then you have professionals that use the internet, and then you have non professionals that use the internet. One is using it for shopping and their everyday life and like deliveries and things like that. And another one's using it to develop huge infrastructure for huge, companies. And so the same thing's going to happen with AI, but I would say just breathe, adopt it, learn about it, and one step at a time.
Okay. Well, Nick, what would you say is the number one takeaway for today's video? And where can people start if they're just terrified of AI?
Well, the number one takeaway is learn how to manage AI. So there's a lot of different things about AI like system prompting, personas, different like learning, understanding how to actually use it the right way. Because if you can do that, it'll help you in your work, it'll help you in your career, it'll help you in your business. And then if you're scared, just go to one of the AI tools like ChatGPT and start talking to it. Have a conversation about AI. Ask questions, ask a lot of questions, and keep going, and you will fall in love with it. I promise you will love it.
Okay, well, Nick, where can people find you if they want to learn more, see more, hear more, or reach out to you?
Yeah, go to at Hey Nick Parker, any of our social channels, Instagram, TikTok. YouTube is where we hang out the most, and then LinkedIn as well.